Hello, hello, hello. It's Janet Kingsley here, helping you learn to trust your brilliance, explode into your boldness, and create your badass life. Well, what do you think my number one excuse is? Can you guess it? I'm going to tell you. It is that there's not enough time. And I love that excuse. I'm attached to that excuse. It seems like I'm married to that excuse. And I'll give you concrete reasons why this is a valid excuse for me. So for example, I work full time. And on top of that, I take a lot of self-development classes. I take a lot of business building courses. I hop onto coaching calls where I'm being coached. I hop onto coaching calls where I'm doing the coaching or the facilitating. And so although these things are facts that I put into evidence as to why there's not enough time for me to really jump out of my comfort zone and into something else, I get to stay a little bit stuck, a little bit comfortable, a little bit safe. And so there's a feeling within me of sort of pushing to create, pushing to manifest, pushing to make everything fit into this time slot that I have, pushing to get websites created, pushing to get courses done, and all that pushing, and I'm good at it, and accomplishing and creating and manifesting. It's a lot of masculine, I'm going to say masculine energy. And quite frankly, a lot of times it's very, very exhausting. Have you ever felt that yourself? That we're in this mode of we have to always be performing, we have to be creating, we have to be doing something, and not just being. And so for a number of months now, I have been toying with the idea of balance. So I've just been toying with this idea of balance, but not really doing much in the way of taking action other than thinking. Well, I got my opportunity to actually take action and get into balance. And so balance for me, because I'm in a lot of that masculine energy, was to really balance it with what? Feminine energy. And so the feminine energy to me looks like a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more enjoying, a little bit more laughing, a little bit more being present, a little bit more about allowing myself to be taken care of. And so even though I participate in some of those feminine activities, for example, I get a massage once a month, which would be self-care, allowing myself to be cared for. The minute I'm done with my massage, I go home and it's back to business. It's back to manifesting and creating and doing. And so I'm not really relishing the time afterwards and even the time before in this enhanced feeling of all-togetherness and coziness and really paying attention that I am in this present moment and being cared for. Well, anyway, I was on a road trip, and this is where I am now balancing and disconnecting. So clearly, apparently I'm like an all or nothing sort of gal, even though I've been thinking about it and not taking action. So this road trip forced me to take some action. And so a road trip in and of itself, I would say, is pretty much into doing. We're going, I have a map, I have a destination in mind. It was pretty much a masculine energy, just a road trip. But here's what happened. I allowed myself time to stop along the way and not just get from point A to point B, but to stop along the way and enjoy myself, whatever struck my fancy. And so I went to the Grand Canyon Caverns, I went to the Shasta Caverns, I saw some waterfalls, I went to roadside stands and was a tourist. I hiked in Bryce Canyon. I took in the sceneries, I saw some rainbows, and it really was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience. And what I ended up feeling, because I was unplugged, I didn't take my computer, I didn't plug my computer in, which normally I do. I didn't check my email continuously. I did take photos and upload them to Facebook, but I allowed myself to unplug, to de-stress, to detox really sort of emotionally. And what the end result was now is that I am re-engaged, re-energized, and revitalized. It's as if I have a new lease on life. And I have not now re-engaged with all the technology. I was like on a technology diet. And I got to speak this morning at Unity of Payson. And I was reconnected yet again. And I haven't felt that way the last couple of times I've spoken. And I remember how much I love to speak, how much I love to get reconnected and re-energized and allow the power and the presence of the divine to wash over me, to come through me, so that I can really deliver this awesome, inspiring message. And I think I was spot on today. When that gets recorded, and I have the recording, I will post it and send it along. So here's what I want you to consider this week. Our dreams and desires need nourishment, and they need to grow and take root. You know, pushing, making something happen only goes so far. They need time to cement. They need a gestation period, if you will. That's feminine energy. So I would say give yourself a break. If you've been working hard and maybe you're exhausted, you're worn out, you don't know what to do, you're trying the same things over and over and over, only harder or louder or stronger, give yourself a break. Take some time for self-care. Relax. Read a book. Go for a walk. Go dancing. See a movie. Do some unwinding without guilt. Have a picnic. Go watch the ducks, or watch the sunset. Go wine tasting, and see when you disengage with the need to do, manifest, make your dreams come true, always be in action mode. See if countering that by being in the relaxation mode might not just help you re-energize, re-engage, and revitalize with that inner genius that you know is there, that wants to come out, but we need some balance. So please write down and let me know below what it is that you're going to do for some self-care, for some unwinding. And if you've done it and the creative juices start flowing, I'd love to hear that as well. Please visit my website at www.janetkingsley.com and drop me a line to let me know what sort of videos might you like to see recorded. And until next time, rock on.